What have I been playing this past week? Well, I'll tell you guys. I have been playing. I played a little bit of. I mean, a lot of TemTem yesterday. And if you don't know what that is, TemTem is the new game by an indie developer, which I cannot remember right now. Let's put up some gameplay. What's the developer? I forget what the developer is, and I'm too afraid to open up my Steam because it might kill me. Let's see if it says right here. I don't know. Anyways, TemTem. That's right, TemTem. Woo! TemTem is a pretty fun game. It is actually a pretty fun game. TemTem. What the hell is that? TemTem is like Pokemon, except I think it's better. I think it's better, honestly. Oh, this guy's just booping around. So it has a really nice art style to it, I think, and I've been really enjoying the combat in the game. There is, I mean, it's obviously, inspired by Pokemon, so you will see a lot of like similar Pokemon things, especially in the gameplay that I'll show. So you have basic attacks that cost what is that? Oh, it takes stamina. Stamina. That's the word I'm looking for. Stamina to use, and each move has kind of like there's up to 4 moves you can equip at a time, and each one has a different range of skill stamina that needs to be used, which makes the gameplay a little bit different than Pokemon. So you have options to rest your Pokemon, switch out your TemTem. You have options to switch out your TemTem, rest your TemTem, heal your TemTem, wake up your TemTem, stuff like that. So there's a lot of different gameplay elements in this game, but they're not all like similar to Pokemon. And I've played for about 2 to 3 hours now, and it's actually been a really, really enjoyable game. I'll say it, I'm enjoying it more than Sword and Shield right now. The animations, the characters, the story so far has actually been a lot better than that game. And even though you don't have TemTem walking around like in Pokemon Sword and Shield, I think that the old style, surprise, you're getting attacked by a TemTem is still the best way to do it. And you do still have encounters with people as well, where if you walk past them, they'll be like, oh, hey, I want to fight you. There's a little bit more story and backstory behind the characters, but other than that, I mean, it's just the same as Pokemon. In this game, there's a professor, as you see on the screen. There is your rival as well, who you see on the screen as well. And he kind of follows you around and makes a nuisance of himself. Other things, I really like the design of the TemTem. I think I already said it, but I really like the style that this game's going for. It's not overly anime, and it's just kiddie enough that it looks kind of fun. And I really like the fact that you can actually co-op with people in this game. You can have them join your party. You can fight side by side, just like this guy is doing right now. I will say this, when TemTem first booted up, of course, there was a lot of problems with the game, but so far I haven't really felt any problems. I evolved one of my TemTem, and it stayed evolved, whereas I was watching a Vivid Chim's Twitch stream of this game, and his TemTem de-evolved after he, healed or something like that. That didn't happen to me, luckily, knock on wood. But I haven't really felt any of the problems with the game that people have been having, and I think that's because they've had a regimented updates for the game. They've really updated the game really quickly and really fast, and they've been communicating with people as well who have been playing the game and since the beginning. So just on the 28th, they released the patch 0.5.8, which fixed issues with Tems not wanting to be released. They also had a full update. Let me get to that here. Okay, so here it is. So they improved textures for Barnshi, Orfel. TemTem cries will now only sound when entering the details screen and won't sound when changing between different TemTem. Characters can be reset from the lobby without going into the game. So they're fixing things through the game as well, along with improving things. So they fixed strange cases where users could get stuck on Max's first battle, Fix player is busy appearing instead of player is not near enough to create a co-op party error. Fix an error causing players appearing without any cosmetics. Fix screen flashes not rendering in full screen while playing on 1200p resolution. Fix incorrect minimap. Closing the game between transitions, blah, blah, blah. Fix cases where players could get stuck. Fix places with, just a bunch of fixes, and they're putting out a lot of hot fixes to the game. They've been talking with people online and taking people's recommendations and stuff like that. I mean, here's them being funny, being cheeky buggers. It's stuff like that. And as the game goes on, they're going to be adding more content. And I think I was talking to someone about this, or maybe I was just thinking in my head, hey, Shinobi Nando, thank you for joining the stream. How you doing today? We're just talking about TemTem right now. As I was thinking, I think I was thinking in my head, you can see like a very small portion of the map when you play the game right now. And there are already places that I've found where, you can't go through because it's a work in progress. But when you zoom out of that map, it's huge. Like, we're in such a small area right now. I think people have been getting to like 25% of the map filled or something like that, and there's still areas you can't get to right now because it's a work in progress. Now, should they have waited until they had more of the game finished? Maybe, but to me, it seems like the game is released and it's playable, things are working, the online is actually working, and I haven't really felt any problems with it through my 3 to 4 hours of playing the game. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. And I've only played a few hours. I mean, I think that's a testament to how good the game is. I wouldn't even have thought of buying this game if I hadn't watched hours and hours of people playing it, people reviewing it, stuff like that, saying all their problems that they're having. And really, I think that the developers have been doing a great job of getting this game on its feet, letting it kind of be put into the wild. Is it a little pricey? Yes, but at this point, I think that the price tag is actually not bad. $35 for this game, especially with how much is going to come to this game in the future and the near future. I think that's a really good deal. If you're waiting, I understand. It's still early access, as you guys know, but I think that it's a really solid game so far. And yeah, there might be grindy parts to it, getting the leveling up your TemTem and stuff like that. But I mean, that's just how RPGs work. I think that any gripes that I had with this game were really not that big. I think that there isn't a big enough distinction between male and female in the game, especially with the facial features, because when I originally started up the game and made a character, I had rosy red cheeks and eyeliner, and I didn't notice that when I was in the character creation screen, so I had to restart and start over because I didn't want that. I'm not against I'm not phobic about anything, but me personally, I'm playing the game as myself, and I am male. Has anyone in the chat played this game yet? It's really fun. If you have any opinions on it, I'd like to know your opinions on the game. Like I said, it's been a fun time. It's been a grand old time, and I mean, I just like, I haven't really played a Pokemon game in a long time. Like, I threw Sword and Shield in and played a little bit of it, and was like, well, I was like really kind of put off by it. But you can even see in this game, when characters attack, they attack. When they get damaged, they get damaged. When they get buffed, they get buffed. In the newest Sword and Shield game, it seems like they're just stiff figures. These ones actually look lively. They actually, like, things actually happen. And you can say, oh, it's just a clone, but really, I don't think it's as cloney as people are putting it out to be, because it is really its own thing. Even though it takes a lot from the Pokemon series, I can see this game becoming a cult classic or even a mainstream classic very, very soon in the near future when they finally release it to all systems and have it get out of early access.